Hi, Curry. Thank you so much for being here today. Can you please introduce yourself with your name and how long have you been in the real estate game?
Certainly. Thank you for having me. I've been in real estate 9 years altogether. More recently, my real estate journey where I live now, which is in New Jersey, has been over the past 5 years now. So yeah, altogether nine, but where I am right now, total of 5 years, and I am agent with Coldwell Banker, and I also have my own team, which is the New Jersey Living Group.
All right, that's great. And this is the area that you serve, or do you have other specific areas?
No, specifically, it's in New Jersey, predominantly the suburbs around New York City. And we've expanded recently to service down the shore, which is mostly beach towns and that kind of location where there's a lot of vacation rental, but people also reside there as well.
Okay, good. And when did you start to work with Samwhere?
Samwhere's been in December, which we're almost there.
Yeah.
It will be 1 year.
Yes, good. And before joining, what did you do to engage or manage your leads?
Prior to Samwhere, I have and continue to lead generate through YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I produce content on various towns, and most of the video is on site. So I've done that and have continued that. So Samwhere was a add-on to what I've already doing. Been a very essential add-on, of course, but it's been an add-on to what I've done prior to um, joining up with you all.
That's great. And what do you consider that were the downsides to do it to do that process to get the leads in that way?
Downside of
Of getting
what?
the leads coming from YouTube, like how you do it before getting working with Samwhere Online.
Well, I can say, I mean, there's a lot of upside because until to date, the majority of my leads still come through YouTube. So downside is there definitely is a time investment into YouTube, and if you do it the way I do it, everybody has their own style and approach. So some will sit in front of the camera like I'm doing right now and just talk about different towns. I go on site, so I will visit towns. I'll visit feature locations in the town. I also visit recently sold properties. So there is a time investment to it. So it can, if you don't manage your time well, you can burn out very easily. Samwhere, on the other hand, is that type of time investment is not necessarily necessary because a lot of the advertising and lead generation is coming without you having to put your hands to anything necessarily. So there is a difference, but I can't diminish the payoff that I get from YouTube as well. But Samwhere has been an essential piece of building out my team as to the point where I have it right now.
Okay, that's really great. So we know that we have our CRN and we follow the leads as you know, but how do you think that has been the highlights of this journey with us so far?
Highlight with Samwhere certainly has been with the development and growth of my team. So when I started with Samwhere, I did not have a team at that point. I do remember at one point, one of the kind of conversations in some of the meetings was about being able to build out a team, or how this is going to eventually lead to you needing to have a team, which is certainly was a goal of mine. But it realized really quickly, I would say, because Samwhere, with the leads that were coming in pretty consistently, it was at a place where I needed to delegate and basically have someone to come in and work with me collaboratively, right? So that started with just one other agent that I partnered with and was mentoring at the time, and then became a member of my team. And then I had to bring on coordinators because there's a lot of lead correspondence and marketing and transaction coordination that had to take place. So the essential piece was, in addition to what I was doing on YouTube, Samwhere brought consistent leads that came in, whether they be listings or buyers. This was very much a a very consistent dynamic where I was getting leads on a routine basis that I could farm and develop. Nothing just falls in your lap. And I think people who are really in the real estate business appreciate that. It's a lot of nurturing, a lot of time investment, a lot of relationship building. So there's no magic wand that somebody just comes along and says, hey, here's some business.
Yes.
But and with Samwhere, it give anyone can set up Google My Business page. Anyone can market Google Ads and what have you. But Samwhere puts the entire package together in terms of how you integrate Facebook and how you can utilize drip campaigns and how you can utilize the marketing tools like using AI, for example. And I use that through my Samwhere CRM consistently when I generate posts for my social media, right? Even though I'm not necessarily always posting through the Samwhere CRM, I'm using that AI consistently because it is very, very good. All right, so the value add is not just having a Google My Business page, because you can get that on your own. You can even contract someone to manage it for you. And same with having Google Ads. But the benefit here is everything is being packaged together and that support. So like you, Ingrid, I can reach out to you, Noah, if I have questions or if I need, if I have a certain target plan strategy I want to employ, this is where I'm going to go to have that conversation. So in the end, the ROI, the return on investment it's a no-brainer. The cost of, subscribing and having these services compared to the transactions that you're going to close in a year, it's a no-brainer.
That's really great. That's really great to hear, and thank you for being so specific and also like highlighting how our optimization has made that that you have very good results for Google. But also, I would like to know, in terms of follow-up, what works best for you?
Follow-up in terms of lead follow-up?
Yes.
Let's clarify.
Yes, like follow up your leads. How do you do it? What is being successful for you?
So I utilize CRM, excuse me, comes with the subscription. However, I have a CRM that I've used separate from what Samwhere provides. I will, as soon as I have an engagement with those, I put them into my CRM, and there is certainly a follow-up method from that, be it they're a buyer or if they're a seller. We have specific campaigns targeting those potential clients. And of course, once we are face-to-face and working together, it's a whole different sequence that we follow from there. So systems are very essential in this business. If you're an individual or if you're on a team even more so, but even as an individual, there has to be a system that you utilize to have in place to facilitate the business that you have. Samwhere does provide that. That's another great thing. If you don't already, like myself, I do take on a lot of different expenses myself because I do have a team. Where I have a CRM, I also have marketing tools that tie into that CRM. But for someone who does not want to take on those expenses, or maybe you're working individually, all of that is at your disposal with this particular program. All right. But for me, it's a matter of once I have that lead, I put that lead into my CRM. There's a routine follow-up. There's a drip campaign if I don't have the responsiveness that I want. The drip campaigns, of course, are available through the Samwhere CRM also. So it's all there for you, but there has to be definitely a system where you are nurturing leads, that you are building relationships, and where you are establishing some means of even putting content out there, which again, it's available with the Samwhere tool because it is synced with your Facebook and your Instagram, and that's all you really need. Even if you don't do YouTube the way I do, you still have means of getting content out there.
Okay, great. And what do you recommend to our current agents in the program to be successful?
I would say first and foremost, tie into your support system, which would be yourself, with meet and have conversations, because that's part of what you're paying for. All right. Be a part of, I say this, and it may be a little hypocritical on my part because I don't do a lot of the Wednesdays because I'm just so busy, and Wednesday is not one of my down days. So I'm not able to tie into those. I have been involved in some of those, but was just more of a matter of I was just too busy to do it routinely. But occasionally tie into these conversations to see what other people are doing, because you get to hear about what is working, what's successful for someone else, how are they utilizing certain tools, what are some other ideas that may not be something you're going to do it exactly that same way, but it gives you an idea of how you may be able to adjust or tweak what you're currently doing. So being involved in conversation and engaging, this is not a tool that you just plug in like any other tool, plug in, pay a subscription, and just it operates by itself. It doesn't work that way, right? So you have to engage and utilize the resources. And even if you're, a lot of people I just hear this from conversations and some feedback, they are a little intimidated because they may not be very proficient with technology or very present on social media. I mean, that really doesn't matter. There's small little stepping stones, if you will, that you can do, right, to incorporate as a part of your business. So it doesn't have to be a feature piece of your business, but it can be something that you're going to utilize. So engagement is critical because you're paying the money, get your money's worth, engage with the support that's already here.
Okay, great. That's a great feedback. And what were you unsure about at first, and when or what made you join the program?
What made me join the program is there was a little bit of difference between this program and from what I saw. So Sam, like the layout, there was just more specific, detailed information on how there was a marketing plan in place that you were going to get support with. Mm-hmm. So there are systems and lead generation companies or individuals everywhere. You see it on Facebook, you see it, and I've been in business for a while, so I've utilized quite a few. I've experimented a lot. All right. So in my experimentation, I see who is really thorough and detailed in their strategy and how they incorporate and how they support. So I think that the details that I heard when I first was previewing the system, it really impressed me, the level of detail. Okay, so and it was not just we're going to feed leads to you, right? It was more, we're going to set up, provide a system where we're going to support you with building out your own marketing plan that's going to bring these leads in. All right, so it's not someone promising you, here, we're going to find them for you. It's, we're going to provide this system for you. It's tried and true. It's on the most searched platform in the world, being Google. And we're going to show you how to utilize it to build out a business that you're going to be able to basically sustain yourself, if not build out the way I have.
Okay, yes, that's great as well, because that's something that's very important. I mean, I see that you are a detailed person, but also like the detail, how you can take advantage of it with the program. That's really great that we were able to succeed your expectative and satisfy your expectations about the program. So the last question, Curry, what would you tell to other agents who are on the fence of joining Samwhere?
I would say this is that in this business, you're definitely going to make investment. And I think that's something that's not really discussed and talked about a lot when you become an agent per se. I think you know that there's MLS fees and these other expenses that you're going to have, but then there are expenses that you're investing into, and that's very much what it is. It's an investment into your business, and this is what that would be. It's an investment into your business that puts you in front of people to give you an opportunity to engage with clientele in a very organic way. All right, so if your desire is, okay, I want to have some type of lead sourcing system out there. I have my own sphere of influence, which we all hear about when we first get into the business of tapping into friends, families, neighbors, whoever we're associated with, to let them know that we're in the business. But then there's that next level. What's that next step? So this, for those who are considering, this is very much central to that next step. How do you really put yourself out there that people can look up information just about a given town or a given area, and they see you and they see your Google My Business page, and then they're routed and directed to your content, wherever it may be it on your Google My Business page or some of your social media content, just to see what information that you provide or how you can provide service to them. There are more people, and this is one thing I did not appreciate until I utilized the service. I was of the opinion often before I utilized Samwhere and started utilizing Google a lot more, is that there are far more people that look for real estate services just through a Google search. I did not appreciate how many did. There are a lot, right? So there are people who Google just a certain town or certain area. They're Googling about homes, or they'll Google about realtors. I cannot tell you how many leads, and I mean valuable leads, that have connected with me because they simply looked up a town and who's in real estate in that town, who's doing real estate in that town. All right. Because I figured either they know someone, they're getting referred by someone, they see a sign somewhere, they go to an open house, and all those are true. But there are a lot of people who simply go to Google. And I did not appreciate that nearly as much as I do now, because now I can tell you definitively, yes, they do.
Okay, great. Well, Corey, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us and your experience with the program. I really hope to have another year coming with more successful and